The weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe, starts in 5 minutes. Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
CQ, this is November 8 Whiskey Bravo calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday night weekly net. The net control this evening is yours truly, Stefan, Sierra Tango Echo Papa Hotel Echo November. And my call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo. This net uses the club call sign Whiskey Kilo Yankee for all traffic. This is a controlled net and traffic must pass through net control. Emergency traffic may break into this net at any time. Sarah meets on this repeater every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. This net is open to all licensed amateurs, and any amateurs encouraged to check in and join us. The frequency is 147.390 with a PL tone of 114.8. We'll go through some announcements, followed by a round of in and out check-ins by counties, and then we'll move to regular check-ins also by counties, and then to our trivia master for this evening, Eric, W8ELM. Here are some of our announcements. Our next monthly meeting will be this coming July 18th, and that is at the Wadsworth Eagles Erie, 2117, located at 9953 Rittman Road. All that information is available on the w8wky.org. We have a fox hunt coming up, and that is going to be on July 20th. That information is also available on the website. Basically starts at the Bueller's in Wadsworth, and then it goes from there, and there will be posting more information for the fox hunt as we get closer to that date. Our next POTA event is July 27th, and that will be at the West Branch State Park, the East Boat Launch Shelter at 5998 Gilbert Road, Ravenna, Ohio, 44266. And again, all that information is available on the w8wky.org website. And my last announcement is our next testing session will be August 3rd, and that will be at the Smithville Brethren Church in Wayne County, 193 East Main Street, Smithville, Ohio, 446277. And that information, again, is on the website. So you can get all that information, all the things that you need to see. And I hope to see you at some of these events. And if you are looking for an exam, we have a great CE team that reaches out and touches all of our areas. We have one in Wayne County, and we have one in Medina County. And we do between those two counties and between dates. I'm going to reach out and see if anybody else has any other announcements. Any other announcements for amateur radio, please call W8WKY. All right, nothing heard. I'm going to do some in and out announcements. Give me 1 second just to catch up on this. And here we go. I'm going to be using NetLogger this evening, netlogger.org, and we'll be taking check-ins with the callback format. As you check in, I'll repeat your call sign back to you right away so that you'll know you're rogered into the net, and then we'll grab the next check-in. And if you could please give me your call sign phonetically and then alphanumerically, that would be greatly appreciated. I do appreciate that. It's helped me out a lot, and I took that note from our wonderful other net that Nick and the guys run, and that was a beautiful thing once I heard that phonetically and alphanumerically. Very nice, and I've adopted that myself, as a matter of fact. First tonight, we'd like to welcome any newly licensed hams or any hams who are in our area and they're new, never been on this net before. If you'd like to check in and out, please call W8WKY, newly licensed or new to our area. All right, nothing heard. We're going to move on to in-and-out check-ins, and we're going to take in-and-out check-ins to start in Medina County. In-and-out, Medina County. Please call WAWKY.
Whiskey 8, Tango Mike, WW8TM, choo-choo's in-and-out.
WW8TM, choo-choo. Good, long time, my friend. Good to hear you. Any other Medina, please call. All right, I guess that's the end of my county. I've already checked in. Wayne County, in-and-outs. Wayne County, in-and-out. Please call WAWKY.
Kilo Echo 8, Juliet, November Hotel, Doug and Rittman, in-and-out.
KE8, JN8, Doug, got you there. Next to Wayne County, please call.
KE8, IME, David, Sterling, Ohio, in-and-out.
All right, KE8, IME, good to hear you, my friend. Appreciate that. Any other check-ins from Wayne County, please call.
Hey, bunch of groovy cats. This is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8, TLB, Randy and Rittman. Hey, Stefan.
KE8, TLB, hey, Randy, good to hear you, my friend. Thank you for the in-and-out traffic. Appreciate that. Any other Wayne County, please call. All right, nothing heard. Stark County. We're going to take Stark County in-and-out traffic. If you're in Stark County and would like to get the in-and-out on our list, please give us a call. WAWKY. All right, Cuyahoga County. Any Cuyahoga County people, please give us a call. WAWKY for in-and-out traffic only. Must be a baseball game on or something. I'm not sure, but anyways, that's okay. Summit County, in-and-out traffic. Any Summit County in-and-out traffic, please call WAWKY.
Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Charlie.
All right, nothing heard, but if you want to check in again, that'd be great. All right, any county anywhere for in-and-out traffic, and then we'll move to taking check-ins for our regular side of the net where we get Eric's questions. So any last county or any check-ins from anywhere, please call WAWKY. This is in-and-out traffic only. All right, KE8 VOX, KE8 VOX. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Any other traffic for in and out, any county, anywhere?
November 8th, Whiskey Sugar, Bill in New London, in and out.
All right, NHWS, we do appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. Saw you this afternoon and Judy at the North Luncheon. Any other in and out traffic, please call. All right, one last call for in and out traffic, and I appreciate everyone. All right, here we go. We're going to take regular traffic for the trivia question side of the net. If you'd like to answer Eric's wonderful trivia question, because he does have some pretty good trivia questions, and some of them are really, really, really there. Right on the mark, man. I mean, this isn't like, you know, what color is blue? This is like... This is like some serious questions. But if you'd like to join the net, tell us a little bit about your day or what's happening in your life, or to answer the trivia question, please call Medina County, WKY. We'll start with Medina County. Medina County.
W8WKY.
All right, Wayne County. We'll try with Wayne County. Wayne County.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG, Nick in Orville.
All right, KD8 SLG, and I want to thank you, Nick. When I looked at my settings, I was actually only on 10%, so I popped it up to 100% on the 9700. Hope it's sounding a little bit better. All right, any other check-ins? Wayne County, please call.
Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel Delta Papa KC8 HDP Jerry in Shreve.
KC8 HDP, we do appreciate that. I like you when you do. You have a nice cadence. You have a very good cadence, Jerry, and that's what's good on radio, so appreciate that. Wayne County, any other Wayne County?
Whiskey 8 Golf Mike Fox.
All right, W8 GMF. Gary, good to hear you, my friend. And more Wayne counties, please. All right, any Stark County, in Stark County.
Please copy Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo KE8 UIB John in Massillon.
KE8 UIB, appreciate that, John. We'll get back to you in just a little bit. Any other Stark, please call.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, Tom in Canton.
All right, KE8 MNT, there's our joke meister for the morning time. Appreciate you checking in, my friend. More check-ins from Stark County.
Kilo Charlie 3 Whiskey Charlie Alpha KC3 WCA.
All right, KC3 WCA, appreciate that. Stark County. All right, Cuyahoga. Do we have any Cuyahoga County people that would like to check in? Please call W8 WKY. And by the way, I love my 9700, Nick. Cuyahoga, any Cuyahoga? Oh, we'll move to Summit right after. Cuyahoga. All right, no Cuyahoga, man. Jack's not there or anyone. All right, Summit County. Anyone in Summit County that would like to check in? This is the Sarah Net, Tuesday Night Net, and you're getting ready to hear Eric's question, WADLM. That's going to be right after we do this round of check-ins. And we're going to see that question, because he always has a doozy. So Summit County, any Summit counties that would like to check in, please call W8WKY.
NT8D, November Tango, 8 Delta, Dave and Company.
NT8D, and you got walked on by somebody, whoever that was, if you want to check in?
That's Kilo Golf 4 Sierra Charlie Kilo. Sorry for the in and out, Stefan.
I don't know what you did that for, but hey, you know what? We'll move you in a little bit, so appreciate that. Any other check-ins from Summit?
Whiskey 8, Hotel Romeo Foxtrot, W8HRF, Josh at the base station with Betty.
W8 HRF, Josh, appreciate it, my friend. With Betty, all right, getting her ready to take her test. Cool, man. All right, any other Summit County check-ins, please call.
WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
All right, WO3X, our friend out there in Cuyahoga Falls, we do appreciate you, my friend. Any other Summit counties, please call.
Kilowatt H, Alpha Mike X-Ray, Dick in green.
K8 AMX, Dick. Well, there's another guy that always checks in from beautiful downtown, but green is good too. So good to hear you, my friend. Appreciate that. Any other Summit counties, please call. All right, last round. Any county, anywhere in the known universe. Any county in Ohio or anybody in the known universe that would like to check in, please call W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Victor Victor KE8WVV. Ethan in Manaway.
All right, K8WVV, good to hear you, Ethan. Any other check-ins?
KE8ARB Kilo Echo 8 Alpha Romeo Bravo Brandon, also in Manaway.
All right, K8ARB in Manaway. Cool. Great to have both of you here. Any other check-ins?
This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, Greg in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
All right, AI5HV. Greg, appreciate that, my friend. Any other check-ins? All right, last group, Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Net. If you'd like to check in, we're going to just leave it open for just a little bit more. Eric will have plenty of time to give his question, and we'll have plenty of time to run it. Anyone wants to check into the net, please call me, W8WKY, if you'd like to check into tonight's net and hear Eric, W8ELM's trivia question. Taking check-ins. All right, nothing heard. We are going to send it over to Eric, the trivia master, W8ELM, for tonight's trivia question. Eric, my friend, first I want to say thank you so much for being part of our VE team. And Jerry, also, I hear you out there, and a few other people, but some of our regulars, and also for always asking to do the trivia question, and you always help us out greatly. So appreciate that. And Eric, W8ELM, you are up, my friend.
W8WKY from W8ELM. Good evening, Stefan, and everybody that has checked in tonight. Boy, the flags are coming out in force. But tonight's question is not on flags, but actually on the flagpole. The structure on the top of a flagpole, which may or may not include a ball or some other decorative object, is called A, a truck, B, a finial, C, a locus, D, an escutcheon. The structure on the top of a flagpole, which may or may not include a ball or other decorative object, is called A, alpha, a truck, B, B, Bravo. A finial. C, Charlie. A locus. Or D, Delta, an escutcheon. Back to net.
All right, WHELM. Eric, we do appreciate it. Like I told you guys, man, I mean, he hammers these questions out, man. This isn't like, I think you do well on Jeopardy, making up questions. I think you would do pretty well. All right, so let's move to the top of our list. And the top of our list for the questions that Eric has posed. 42, I like that. All right, KD8 SLG W8WKY. Nick, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here. Thank you for telling me to look at my volume, and when I looked at the power setting, it was 10%, the 9700. I don't know how that happened, but I know Dr. Jack was telling me a couple of nights ago, and I did run the Westpark yesterday, and they were telling me that it sounded really low or something and staticky. So appreciate that, my friend. You're up. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Stefan, and all of the netizens out there tonight. Man, why did I jump in first? I'm going to go with Delta, escutcheon. That's a word I recognize. There you go. That's my reasoning. So there. Good to hear we have another POTA event lined up, and that's pretty cool. And that'll be a week after the field day, or not field day. Oh God, no. The fox hunt. So we've got a whole lot going on here at W8WKY for the summer. So get out there and participate. It's always a good time at Sarah events. So there. That's all I got tonight, man. Fine business. Have fun. It's KD8SLG. Back to net control.
KD8SLG, W8WKY. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much for being with us and for all the stuff that you do. For repeater situations and also for running nets. Very well, a very nice job you have. Talking about Jerry, who's one of our VEs, KC8HTP, out there in Shreve, Ohio, one of my favorite places. That and Portage Lakes in Ohio, those are two of my places. So, Jerry, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening.
Well, good evening, Stefan, and everyone on the net. It's great to be here. Let's see, the trivia question. Boy. I guess I'll go for Charlie, Locus. No reason, have no clue. So, Charlie's that. Hope to see some people at the Mansfield Trunk Fest this Saturday. It starts, well, if you're selling, the doors open to set up at 6 a.m. If you're just there to buy, doors open at 8 o'clock, and there's no charge to browse and sell. $20 a space if you want to set up to sell something. And VE session is at 9 a.m. For anyone who wants to upgrade or get their first license. Hope to see a bunch of you there. And be wearing your name tags. I want to know who you are. Don't really have anything else, so I guess I'll send things back to you, Stefan. Thanks for running the net, and thank you, Eric, for another wonderful trivia question. W8WKY in the net from KC8HTP 73.
All right, KC8HTP, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Jerry, for all that you do with us, so thank you so much for that. W8GMF, Whiskey Kilo Yankee, another one of our VEs out there in Worcester. We appreciate you being here, Jerry, and we hope that you're having a good day today. What do you think your trivia question answer is?
Yeah, thank you, Stefan. W8WK1 in the net, W8GMF. Well, I'm sorry, but I missed Aria's trivia question tonight. I got sidetracked on 7300. It had not been used. It had been hooked up. It hadn't been used since field day, and I had no RF output. And I was troubleshooting that and totally missed his trivia. So I will pass on the trivia tonight. All I will say is hope everybody had a good one. enjoyed field day, and 13 colonies is up. Haven't worked anything but Delaware yet, but hope to work on that list. Worked Delaware right after I got 7300 working while I was missing Area's trivia question, so I apologize. But it was fun. He was 5'9", and I was 5'9", and nobody was calling him. That's kind of unusual on 13 colonies. So, excuse me for being a poor net check-in tonight, Stefan, but it happens occasionally. W8WKY in the group, W8GMF.
W8GMF, W8WKY, and I misspoke. That was actually Eric's trivia question, not Jerry's, but we do appreciate you being here, my friend. And we'll see you at the next VE session, which is August 3rd. We'll just pop another announcement in there. So, August 3rd, down in Wayne County at Brethren Church, and all that information is available on the W8WKY.org website. And speaking of somebody that's always traveling and always doing things, and he's working for just pennies on the dollar, K8UIB, W8WKY. John, you are up, my friend. Great to have you here.
W8WKY from K8UIB. Good evening, Stefan, and everybody out there on the net. Just want to chime in this evening, say hello to everybody, and hope everybody's doing good. It's been a long last couple of days, but me and the wife are both off for the next 5 days, so hopefully we'll get hit up some different fishing holes for sure. Trivia question. Okay. Let me see. I think my dad is going with D, and my mom and I are going with A. And we used to, me and my mom both, at one point in time early in my T-shirt printing career, worked in the shop that specialized in flags and banners. So, yeah, I'll go with my mom on this, and I'll take Alpha. So we'll see where this ends up. But with that, Stefan, I want to say thank you for running the net. It's great hearing you. And this is K8UIB, living that $5 dream, a nickel at a time. I'm going to hand this back over to Net Control. 7-3s, y'all.
K8UIB, W8WKY. Well, you know what they say. You know, Mom is always right. Well, at least she seems to be always right. So I go with her first. Unfortunately, I can't go with my dad anymore. He passed in 2019. But Mom's always right, and she was even back then. So there you have it. I think you might have something there. So let us know what happened at the end. All right, K8MNT, W8WKY. Tom, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening.
W8WKY, this is K88MNT. Good evening, Stefan, and everybody else that's on the net this evening. Well, let's see. I'll get the trivia out of the way first, but I'm going to go with Alpha. But the only thing is, I'm not sure if it's a semi-truck or a pickup truck or what it is, but I'm thinking it's a truck. Let's see. Today was a pretty good day. We got going, had breakfast with the 6-meter group, and had a good time there. And then after that, Linda and I took off to East Canton to pick up some veggies and cheese and stuff like that today. So after that, we came home and relaxed and had some dinner, and well, here we are. So it was a pretty good day altogether. All right, well, with that, I won't bore anybody else, so with that, I'll turn everything back over to the super-duper capable hands of Stefan at W8WKY. This is K88MNT.
K8MNT, W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Tom. Thank you so much. Great to hear the good news about all the stuff you did, so very cool. I actually went to the Nor's luncheon today. Nor's Club does a luncheon 2 times a month. It used to be just the first Tuesday of the month. Now they do it the second Saturday of the month as well. But we meet down at the Golden Corral in Elyria. A little bit of a drive, but you know what? I like it because I get to go down there and I see a bunch of people from my old club, West Park Radio Ops, and all the people that I know from Nor's. So it's great to hear the things that you did today, my friend. Pretty cool that you shared that with us. All right. KC3, WCA, W8, WKY. Alexander, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY into the net. This is KC3WC. Anyway, I think it's the trivia question answer. I don't remember the letters. I would say finial, and yeah, that's about it. Nothing much to report from my end. I'm going to return it back to the wonderful net host. This is KC3WCA.
W8WKY.
KC3WCA, W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Alexander, and thank you so much for joining us. Remember, our nets are every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Anyone that's listening, and by the way, I wanted to also thank our listeners. Thank you so much for just tuning in on us. And a lot of our hams, let me take that back. Not a lot, but a good portion of our hams have told us that the reason they got into ham radio because they were doing scanning and listening that way, and when they heard our net, they wanted to see what it would take to get their test. So it's pretty cool to find out that people who are just listening want to go out and get a test so they can talk on the net too. Speaking of talking on the net, and the cat herder, as I like to call him, NTAD, Dave, our friend, and I want to say thank you, Dave, so much for running last Tuesday's net for me, the end of June. I had an event that I had to get working with 363 children. A big group, 227 volunteers, 363 children, and it was fantastic, and I couldn't do the net because of that, but thanks for covering it for me, and I do appreciate you, my friend. You are up. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Well, Stefan, I'm happy to fill in for you. Gosh, with that many people involved, absolutely you have to be there. So not a problem. Happy to trade with you. Not a problem at all. Let's see. I was going to ask you something, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe I'll get to it when I get to the end here. I'm going to go with D Delta for the answer to Eric's trivia question. Nice question, Eric. And thanks for feeding me one last week. Beautiful day today. I really should have gone out to the lake, and I just could not bring myself to hitch up the boat and tow it that far and spend the gasoline. Couldn't get a crew. If I had one person, I would have jumped on it, but so I started working on my hatch covers today, Stefan. I started working on the hatch cover for the companionway, for the cabin, and started working on the lazarette hatch covers for the back of the boat there. If I can keep once I get everything covered up, I can start using that to camp out in on the weekends. So that is kind of one of the important things I need to do, that and adding some running lights for nighttime is another really kind of important thing. But the covers are going to get done here in the next couple weeks at least. So maybe we'll do some camping this summer. Let's see, what was I going to ask you? It was something, and I can't remember what it was. So I will contact you probably with a text message or something later on when I remember. So I'll send it back to you at the W8WKY Control Center from NTAT. Have a wonderful evening there, Stefan.
NTAT, W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Dave, and thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah. And if you remember it, just jump back in, do a recheck. We do rechecks on this net, in both the morning version, barometer net, and the Tuesday night version. So if anybody has something that they remembered and want to share with the group, all you have to do is break in and say recheck, give us your call sign, and we'll put you on the recheck list, and then we'll get back to you in about 3 weeks. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But no, we will get back to you because we do like rechecks because we're all about information and we're all about finding out what needs to be done and how we need to do it. So, and amateur radio is one of those great places to do that. All right, moving over to KG4SDK, our in and out guy. Then he came back, then he's in and out, and then he's back, and he's in and out. Oh, no, it was only one time. Sorry about that, Mark. Mark, you are up, my friend. It is great to have you here. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY. Good evening, Stefan and everyone. Yeah, Eric has got a fantastic trivia question. I'm still thinking about it. I want to take this opportunity to say at the next meeting, if Gary presents some size 11 feet sticking out in a hallway, they're not mine. No, they're not. I'm up here on Restaurant Hill at an abandoned parking lot. Been up here for a couple of hours trying to figure out how to stretch out a 133-foot wire antenna and start talking to those 13 colonies. Well, the first attempt was failed. Just couldn't get my post to stand up. So then I saw these light poles, and I started strapping my, telescoping mast to a light pole. But I didn't have enough space in the parking lot over there. I found the space, and I've got it stretched out, and then that's when I realized, oh my gosh, the net's starting. And that's as far as I've gotten to stretching this 133-foot wire out, and I'm realizing that's a lot of tension, and I can only get it 5 feet up in the air from the bitter end to halfway, so that's not going to be good if a car does venture in here. I'm going to have to go to a shorter antenna. I hate that. Anyway, back to Eric's question. I'm just going to shotgun Finial, Bravo, just because it's close enough, I think, to final or finale. That's my little silly reasoning. KG4SCK, thanks for running the net, Stefan, and good evening, everyone.
KG4SCK, W8WKY. Good to hear you, Mark. Thank you, my friend. I have the perfect short antenna for you. We'll talk sometime. But, yeah, it's really, really good. And we burned your ears today, by the way, at the Norris Luncheon. There were several people talking about SCK. Bill, NAWS, was one of them, and me, and a couple other people. So I'm sure you were, like, patting the flames out all morning long, around noon, 1 o'clock. So that was us. Just wanted you to know, in case you wondered why your ears were on fire. So, but anyways, good to hear you, my friend. It's always good to hear you. And, yeah, we'll make sure that Gary says nothing about the shoe size. Yeah, I think that's what the thing was. So, anyways, W8, HRF, Josh, and Barbara. Barbara's at the radio. Oh, you can't wait, Josh, until she gets her license, and then you realize that with Lucia and Barbara, you have no radio. Because I know people who've had to buy like 2 or 3 radios because everybody's on the net for Barbara. Yeah, Barbara's over there. I believe that's. Am I correct, Josh? Yeah, fill me in. You're up, my friend. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
November 8, Whiskey Bravo, Whiskey 8, Hotel Romeo Foxtrot. Good evening, Stefan. Good evening to everybody on the club net. Let's see. Yeah, sitting here with Betty. And she's reaching for the mic. We got her all ready for bed, and she's going to be heading to bed pretty soon here. And so let me get trivia out of the way real quick. I'm going to go with Charlie. I have no idea, but let's go with Charlie. And, had a good day at work, more or less, and happy to be home right now and spending some time with Betty and Lucy. So looking forward to that. We're probably going to play a game in a minute here once Betty goes to bed. So maybe some backgammon or something. Oh, yeah, you want to try those? She's got headphones. Anyways, what was I going to say? Yeah, excited about the POTA event on July 27th. We were invited by the PCARS group to be a part of that. They are doing a POTA activation at Lake Milton, and we'll be at West Branch. So it sounds like so that will be a good time. We had a good turnout last time, and really excited about this one. So there's a sign-up form on the W8WKY website, and just to give us a rough idea of the number of people coming for food and who would be bringing a radio. And so if you're interested, feel free to reach out. My email's on there as well. And Yeah, I'll let Brandon, KEAARB, talk a little bit more about the multi-club aspect of it here in a little bit when it's his turn. So, looking forward to that, and should be a lot of fun. We'll throw it back to you there, Stefan. Everybody have a wonderful 4th of July if I don't talk to you, and have a good holiday weekend. W8HRF, back to N8WB. W8WKY.
W8HRF, W8WKY, also N8WB. I have dual personalities when I'm running the net, so appreciate that. By the way, please let Betty know that I will never call her Barbara again. Please, please, please let her know that should she ever pull the winning ticket for half a 50-50 for me, not to let that be the deciding reason. She reaches in, looks at the number, and drops the ticket and grabs it. I'm just saying. But Betty, we will not mess that up again. Let me tell you, and I appreciate your whole family. Thank you, my friend Josh, for all that you do and for coming to the meetings. We do appreciate that, even when you come with Betty. Thank you. WO3X, W8WKY. John, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Good evening, Stefan, and all on the net. This is WO3X. I'm going to go with... let's see, what was I going to go with? Oh, yeah, with what Mark said there, finial, B Bravo. And so I've been trying to get this 13 colonies thing completed. And so I actually did pretty good. I got most of them yesterday. Let's see, I got 12 yesterday, and I got... 2 of them today, so I only have 2 more to go. And one of them is on right now. They weren't on much yesterday, and they weren't on until later today. But it's bedlam on there, It's a huge pileup, if you can hear that in the background. So I'll just wait till it simmers down and see if I can get them. So, with that, back to the net, W8WKY, this is WO3X.
WO3X, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John, being here. Thank you so much. Go get them. Go get them, Tiger. Go get them. You got 2 more to go. Get them. You should be able to get them. I think you will. Go get them, man, no matter what it takes. Stay up all night. Stay up till 7 in the morning. Whatever it takes. Because they're going to be doing it, man, and you're doing it too, and that's great to hear, my friend. And thank you for sharing the audio in the background. And cool, very cool. All right, I am going to move over to K8AMX, W8WKY, and reach out to Dick. Dick, you're up, my friend. What do you think Eric's trivia question is? And Jeannie, I will put you on the list. K8AMX, Dick, if you're there. All right, we'll come back to Dick. Let's go over to our friend Ethan, KE8WVV, and hear what wonderful things he's doing now with remote control cars or hunting or things like that. It's always good to hear this stuff that you guys are doing, especially with the remote stuff. I remember the last time we talked, I think it was one of the Saturday barometer nets, and you were getting ready, you and your family were getting ready for a contest of some type. You were making sure all your batteries were charged up and all that, so if you want to fill us in a little bit on how that went, that'd be cool. You're up, Ethan. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
KE8WVV, good evening, everybody. For the trivia answer, I'm going to guess Bravo, mostly because I don't have a big guess about what it might be. And, the RC event went very well, and nice and fun. We had had a little bit of a slip up at the start. We outfitted the bus to fit a whole bunch of gear and about 2 people for sleeping arrangements. And then I was going to end up sleeping in a tent that I brought along, and we forgot the tent poles. So then we modified it to have three people sleep in it. So that worked for 3 nights, and luckily all we had to do was 3 nights. Anyways, something we both found funny. They do a raffle every night there, and when I went to one of them on Thursday night, they were giving away a battery and a thermos and a couple other things. And the battery that I got, see if you can catch the China mess up here, 57.7 kilowatt hours. China, you need to make that a little correction there. Typo. Maybe not a typo. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, it all went well, and we had fun. It went as expected, as with RCs, that stuff may break, and just had a little problem with some battery trays in one of my vehicles that did not want to stay down, and so other than that, it went well, and we had fun, and got the truck fixed eventually, and drove it around a little bit. Anyways, I'm going to hand this back to Matt. KE8WVV 73.
KE8WVV. Thank you for sharing all that information with us, my friend. We do appreciate that. And yes, Ray, I did put you on the list. We'll get you up a little bit, and also find out if KE8ZDR wants to be put on the list as well, if you want to type that in the comment section. All right. One of the cool things, too, if anybody's not knowledgeable about NetLogger, which can be gotten at netlogger.org, is we have an AIM window, and the AIM window allows you to type messages. So throughout the whole entire net, we have crazy messages going on. Some good ones, and some crazy, and some fun, and yada yada. But if you jump on the NetLogger and you want to get on the login for the net, you can just say, hey, throw me on the net, and boom, we'll throw you on. So it's another quick way. If you install it, you can get it, and it's really, really cool. It's a great piece of software. All right, KE8ARBW8WKY. Brandon, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY, this is KE8ARB. I think the trivia question, I'm going to have to go with D. I can't say the word, but I think that's what it is. And let's see. Josh was talking about the POTA thing. I'm really excited about doing that. We've been kicking around the idea of doing a multi-club thing, and both of our clubs kind of landed on it at the same time. The P-Cars group was running out of room and seats at the venues that we were at. We have some really cool stuff planned, both for this outing and for the coming ones. I don't want to let too much out of the bag, but a lot of times we go to the park and we go to the pavilion. There's AC power, there's shelter, but we kind of thought some of these folks, they want to see what it's like to operate on batteries. They want to operate with solar panels, and they want to see how long they can go, and they want to take a hike in the woods and deploy with the gear in their backpack. And that's a completely different style of POTA than a lot of people do. And I'm not picking on the other folks. I do those other styles too. But anyway, there will be many stations on the air and many different varieties of setup as well. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and reach out to Josh or I, and we will get you figured out. Now, Lake Milton doesn't have a real good venue for that, but West Branch certainly does. There are a number of places you can do that kind of stuff, and it would be a lot of fun to watch some of these setups. Go out on somebody's back and operate for a couple hours and get an activation in it. It would be a lot of fun. So, of course, we have good food. We hang out, and the other thing is that if you've never activated a park, if you're a little nervous about getting on the air, you don't know the etiquette, or you're just nervous to do it, or you need help with your radio or your antenna, that is what all of us are there for. So bring your computer, bring your radio, bring your logger, say, hey, I have questions. That is what these are all about. You'll find folks there that can help you. That's why we do it. It's a lot of fun. So looking forward to seeing everybody and getting out and getting on the air. Should be a lot of fun. And let's see, I don't think, I was trying to remember if there was more that I was going to say or do, but at this point, after talking about the Parks on the Air stuff, I've forgotten. So, I do remember now. You were talking about your radio earlier. We're coming at you with an FTM 300 on a high gain antenna sitting up about 25 feet in the air. So, anyway, with that, I'm going to say 7 3s and hand it back to Net. This is KE8ARB.
KE8ARB, we do appreciate you bringing it here. Thank you so much. Yeah, good information. And when Josh did the Parks in the Air for the Sarah group, I believe it was in May, I think that's when it was, because we did a different one last month, for June. It was nice, and I found out about the Hammer, the HAMRS logger for Parks on the Air and SOTA, Summits on the Air. And I also downloaded it to my phone because I wanted to have it with me. So I have not activated one, but I am going to get involved in the parks and the summits because I think it's really, really cool. So very cool. Thank you for being here, Brandon. We do appreciate that. All right, moving down to AI5HB W8WKY. Gregory, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here tonight. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, Greg and Broken Arrow, W8WKY. I'm a little torn here because I think I've heard the structure at the top of the flagpole referred to both as a truck and also as a finial. So I'm not sure which one to answer here, but I'm going to go with, I'll just go with A, truck.
All right. Well, we got you down for truck. Anything else you'd like to say, or we'll move to the next person, but you have a little bit of time if you'd like to jump in.
Well, I thought I would mention the fact that in case folks haven't received or seen their email, but look like Logbook of the World is back on the air now. So I'm sure they'll have a big backlog of logs to process. But just in case somebody didn't see the email, thought I would mention that.
All right, AI5HB, Greg, appreciate that, my friend. Yes, Logbook of the World is back on the air again, and the forwarding email system from ARRL is being sunlighted or moonlighted, whatever it is. They're canceling it, so they're asking people to get your emails portioned out some other way, and they are getting rid of the email pass-through that they've had for years, where you do it at arrl.net. So if you're getting your email that way, or you're using that, make sure you change it out soon, because that is going to be moonlit soon, very soon. All right, and Josh, have a great evening too. 73, my friend, to you, Betty, and Lucy. See, I told you I wouldn't do that again. We're at the bottom of our net, except for I did put some people in, but before we jump on to the people that I put in from the window, let me see if there's anyone else that would like to check in. This is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association 2-meter net, and we are taking check-ins. Any additional check-ins, this will be our last round of check-ins if you'd like to check in. And I have 4 people from our net logger list, but if you'd like to check in, please call W8WKY.
N8 Whiskey Bravo for W8WKY. This is Whiskey Victor, 3 Kilo. Good evening, Stefan, and it's nice to hear everyone on there.
All right, WV3K got you on the list. Any other check-ins, please call.
Kilowatt Charlie 8, Lima Yankee Golf, KC8 LYG, Rick in Maslin.
All right, KC8 LYG. Any other check-ins, please call.
Please check in Alpha 8, Charlie, Fairlawn.
All right, AA8CS, a little bit of a chop in and out. I wasn't sure if that was just a foot switch, but we got you on the list, Gary, and we'll get back to you shortly. Any other check-ins? Any last check-ins? And then we'll send it back over to Elm, or Elm. We'll send it to Elm. We'll send it to Eric to give the trivia question one more time. Any other check-ins? Last minute check-ins, please call. All right, nothing heard. Eric, if you would give us that trivia question one more time, that would be greatly appreciated. We have 7 more people on the net that checked in after, and give them a helping hand, Eric. Give them a little bit of help. So, ladies and gentlemen, Eric, W8ELM, for the second go on the trivia question.
W8WKY from W8ELM. Well, I mentioned that there is a plethora of flags all over the place, and we certainly all know why that is the case, but we're not going to talk about them. We're going to talk about flagpoles tonight. And the question is, the structure on the top of a flagpole, which may or may not include a ball or other decorative object, for example, an eagle or something of that nature. Let me read that again. The structure on top of a flagpole, which may or may not include a ball or other decorative object, is called A, a truck, B, a finial, C, a locus. The plural of that would be loci. Or D, an escutcheon. Again, A, alpha, a truck. B, Bravo, a finial. C, Charlie, a locus. Or D, Delta, an escutcheon. Back to net.
W8ELM, W8WKY, there he is. And my call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo for all of the note checkers out there. There he is, the guy that melts our brain. Appreciate that, Eric. Thank you so much. Can never sleep at night after the 3 questions that Eric gets, because I'm always thinking about scutcheons and trucks. Oh, man, you do such a great job. I wanted to just say that. All right, moving up to the top of our very short list before we close this net out and get the answer from Eric, and we're moving over to WV3K, W8WKY. Phil, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
N8 Whiskey Bravo for WWKY, net control. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Thank you. It's wonderful stuff, and to hear you in there, and you're doing a marvelous job, as always. And, boy, you sound really clear. I haven't had this kind of clarity. I turned on my switch on the radio to be able to catch the net even late. But anyway, I'll go with Delta. And the reason I go with Delta is because ABC, I don't know the answers to the question. I don't know the answer to the question, really. And that's okay. I'll get along and live without it. But anyway, it's a lot of fun to participate and be a part of the group. And I'm looking forward, hopefully, to getting myself feeling a little bit better where I can get on out here and start participating and getting involved with our club. Sounds like a lot of fun, and there's things to get done that I need to do too and get some help with as well. So I'm going to go with that, and I hope that everyone is doing well. I heard Gary just chimed in after me, and I hope that everyone's doing well this evening. So with that, Stefan, I'm going to return it back to you, and thank you so much for picking me up. And it's nice to hear everyone, for those that I was able to hear since I chimed in late myself. So with that, back to N8 Whiskey Bravo. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Back to net control. WWKY.
WV3K, W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Phil. Thank you so much for being with us. And Phil is also one of our wonderful VEs. So thank you for being available when we need that hand and that help. KC8 LYG W8WQI. Richard, you're up, my friend. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY. Good evening, everyone on that. This is KC8LYG. I'm going to take an educated guess and say B, Bravo. I know what a truck is. I know what an excursion is. I spent half my life trying to spell that word right. I use cover plates a lot. But I'm just taking a guess at Bravo. Back to net, 73.
KC8LYG W8WQY. We do appreciate you being here, Richard. Thank you so much. And Eric is tabulating the tabulations as we speak. And speaking of a tabulator, and a guy who knows between calculators and those beads that they used to push back and forth on the sticks, that guy right there, who's a wonderful teacher, I was told, many, many years, and also the president of the Sierra Club, AA8 CS W8WKY, Gary. I'm so glad you joined us, because in the text when you were saying you were out, I was thinking, oh, we won't have Gary tonight, but guess what? We have Gary tonight. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is, my friend? And great to have you here.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Wow, Stefan, I got to tell you, that was quite the introduction. I was looking around to see if somebody came in the room, but anyway, well, thank you for that. Eric, again, he is such a sly dog. Yeah, I was out tonight, Stefan. We did some sushi and sake, and I got to tell you, you haven't lived until you've had some really good yellowtail sashimi, and it truly is candy, I tell you. At any rate, this is a great question, and Eric does his normal thing, and I can immediately eliminate C. I went with C last time because I thought I would outsmart Eric there for a second, but no, there was no outsmarting him. I went for C and I lost. Anyway, the finial is the very top of a lamp. I know that, and that's about all I know about this whole thing. Anyway, great question, as usual, from the master. I'm going to go with A. A alpha. It's got to be a truck. And it can't be the key words there was when Eric said, not necessarily the eagle or the ball or whatever. That was the key thing to me. So I'm going to go with truck. A. Let me grab a second. Okay, just wanted to, I'm sure you got to all the announcements, so I'm not going to regurgitate those, but I am looking forward to the upcoming fox hunt. It is going to be a lot of fun and a fabulous prize for the winner. I'll give you a hint. Where my pie? Where my pie? Anyway, that's all I have tonight, Stefan. Thanks for the introduction. I'm sure it's unwarranted, but it is my pleasure to be here. Actually, I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. I'm doing all right. Back to net. This is AA8CS. Back to W8WKY. 73, everybody.
AA8CS W8WKY. We do appreciate Gary for being here. Yeah, actually, it's not unwarranted, but we'll check with Doug later on to find out if there's any warrant. Nudge. So, anyways, thanks for the wonderful information. We do appreciate that. We'll have to get together one of these days, Gary. One of these wonderful days. But, and yeah, that's going to be great, the fox hunt and stuff. And then we got all these events that are coming up. The fox hunt, the POTA, and then the VE testing session, and the next meeting coming up in 2 weeks. So, very cool. A lot of stuff happening with Sarah, and if you're here and you're in the area, please come and visit us at any of these events. All right, KC3QNDWAWKY. Jeannie, you are up, my friend. It is great to have you here. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Well, Stefan, this is KC3QNDG. I think I've seen you today. I think it was a quick hello. And Gary's condition sure needs conditioning, I think. Sounds like it. And the answer to the trivia question is trunk. I'm going to go with A. I really don't have no idea, but I like he said about the lamp. But that's something fancy. We're just going to a plain old flagpole. I have to say trunk. But if I was fancy, I'd go with B. But I'm just going to go with the ball, or the flat top up there on the flagpole. I just want to remind everybody that the Norris Fest, Ham Fest, is this month too. It's on July 20th. So if nobody's doing anything then, that's something to do on that Saturday. So I hope to see everybody there. This is KC3QND, Jeannie, and I'm turning it back to you, Stefan. Take it away.
KC3QNDWAWKY. Yes, you did see me today at the Norris Luncheon. And by the way, the Norris Luncheon is available for anybody. You don't have to be a member of Norris, although some of us are. But you don't have to be a member of Norris to go to the Norris Luncheon. It's just a place for amateur radio people to get together first Tuesday and the second Saturday of every month. So first Tuesday, we always do it at the Golden Corral in Elyria. So anybody's invited, but yes, Jeannie, I did see you today, and I apologize. I was there for quite a bit, got there early, so I needed to get back to someplace, so I wasn't able to do my normal walk around and say hi to everyone, but I did do a cursory hello or goodbye to everyone, so thank you for seeing that. KE8ZZR WHWKY. Harry, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
November 8, WB. This is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Stefan. Good evening, everybody on the net. Sorry for the lateness here. I was at my nephew's last baseball game of the season, Little League game here in Wadsworth, so I was running a little late here. But to get to Eric's trivia question, I am going to go with A. There's a couple key words that he mentioned in his question there that leads me towards A. I know what discussion is. That's used in the plumbing industry. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Stefan, and 73s. This is KE8ZZR.
KE8ZZR, we do appreciate you, Harry, for being here with us. Thank you, my friend. And very cool, very cool. And I saw the message you said earlier about your the baseball game. Please, you can jump into our nets anytime, especially when you're doing it for your nephews. And I was just at my nephew's soccer game a couple weeks ago, and my nephew's being 6 years old and 5 years old coming up shortly. And so that's a blast to see that age group, see them just kicking a ball and not even knowing what they're doing. Trying their best. And I just might add, saying this in case Betty and Lucy are listening, and the girls were kicking all their butts. That's all I'm going to say. The young girls, they were like out there really hammering away, and the little boys were just like trying to figure out, where is the ball? What's the ball? So anyways, that's pretty cool. Thanks, Harry, for being with us when you came back, and we do appreciate that. So moving over to KC8FQVWAWKY. Mark, what do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
All right, KCFQV. Yeah, I was listening on the HT, but it didn't want to make it up here. Well, I received the signal, but it wasn't making the signal back down there. So I'm going to say Alpha, truck. It's going to be truck. And, yeah, we were out a little bit today and did some weeding and put more mulch down. So, did that. Don't know what else. Well, we'll be doing the Burke. Yeah, the country's Burke on Thursday. So, other than that, yeah, all kinds of things coming up. So many things I don't know what to do. Saturday, I know we have a graduation. There's the Mansfield Ham Fest. There's something else going on. Someone else is doing something Saturday. Could be the Norris dinner luncheon, unless they're going to boot it back a week because of the holidays. Don't know. But, you know, there's plenty of things in our life to do, and all kinds of hobbies. So back it comes, Stefan, KSFQV, but I want to say truck.
KC8FQV, W8WKY. Thanks, Mark, for being here with us. And Eric is tabulating the tabulations. And, yeah, I'd like to say small flying vehicle. Oh, you were answering truck for this. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought we were just saying what we'd like to say. All right. Moving over to K6, KJV, Kevin. It's great to have you here. You are up, my friend.
Okay, it's K6 KJV in Valley Springs, California, and I'm up. Well, yeah, I'm up. I really don't know what I'm up for. I'm sorry, fellas. I just got in here on the net. First time checking in on this, the Sarah Tuesday night net, and I have problems connecting on to Allstar and then Echolink, and so I really don't know what the topic is, what the question is. Oh man, I just thought I'd stop in here and check y'all out and visit and fellowship with you for a while there. And I've already said hello to Nick and Mr. Ray, so tell me what the question is. Maybe I can help you all out. Casey's KJV handing it back to next control.
K6, KJV, we do appreciate you, Kevin, for joining us on the net, my friend. Thank you so much. And, yeah, please join us anytime, absolutely anytime. We do it every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. and every morning, Monday through Saturday on the Barometer Net, 7 o'clock in the morning. So very, very cool. All right, we have somebody that wanted to jump on the very back of the bus, the back of the bus, and that is our friend K5. CFY Ray down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You're up, my friend. And it's great to have you here. I haven't heard you in several weeks, so go, take it.
In there, Mr. Stefan, you do a wonderful job on the net. I'd like to thank the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association for putting on the club net there, my other club, and don't really have anything. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and get my guess. I'm going to go with the majority, I guess, with Alpha. So that'll be my guess for tonight's trivia. Eric does an awesome job on those trivia questions. I don't know where he comes up with them, but does an awesome job, as all the other folks do that put on the beacon net, the barometer net, and the club net here. And by the way, I think the 30th of this month, you're going to have a guest net controller, so good luck with that.
WAKY. We do appreciate you, Ray. Thank you so much. A guest controller. Wow, that's pretty cool. We'll have to figure out what that one is and where that person is. All right. And who that person is. Very, very cool. Were you your communication? All right, no worries. Let me jump up because we lost Dick a little while ago, K8AMX, and I called out for him a couple times. Just wanted to make sure that he's either still there or he closed it up, but I didn't in and out. So, X, if you are here, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here tonight if you are here. All right, I didn't hear him say in and out. Appreciate, well, we'll see him on the Thursday meeting. So, WADLM, Eric, if you'd like to come back in, give us that trivia question answer. I appreciate you, my friend. Go ahead. Share it with us. Blow us away.
WAWKY from WADLM. The question was structure on the top of a flagpole, which may or may not include a ball or other decorative object, is called either a truck, a finial, a locus, or an escutcheon. And the correct answer is A, alpha, a truck. And the winners tonight are John, K8UIB, Tom, KA8MNT, Greg, AI5HV, let's see, KC8QND, Jeannie, K5CFY, Ray, down south, and I forgot to mention that KE8UIB's mom also had the correct answer in there. Let's see, AA8CS, our highly esteemed and appreciated president, also had the correct answer. Harry, good to see you at lunch today. KE8ZZR had the correct answer. And Mark, KC8FQV. I need a little time. Now, the following explanation contains some speculation on my part. This question required more research, I think, than any question that I have done in the past. But anyway, early wooden flagpoles had a flat iron plate and or an iron band on the top to prevent the wooden pole from splitting. This became known as a truck, and most of the time you will find that spelled just like the vehicle, TRUCK. However, I did find a site that spelled it TRUK, and from what I could determine, the origin may have come from the Latin trocus, which means an iron hoop, and that's what would have been around the top of it. There's lots of stories about a military flagpole truck containing a match, a razor, and some other objects for destroying the flag in the event that there was an enemy attack and they wanted to keep it from falling into, and the flag from falling into enemy hands. Those stories are very likely apocryphal, but it was interesting to read them. More time. One thing that made this difficult was choice B, a finial, because the ball or the eagle or whatever it happens to be, the decorative object on top, is the finial, but it is not the truck. A locus or loci, plural, would be a point, for example, an ellipse has two loci, and parabolas have loci, various other things like that. An escutcheon would be something like a plate over a keyhole, or actually even the plate over your light switch could be called an escutcheon as well. Thank you, everyone, for participating tonight. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Stefan, who does an excellent job running the net. W8WKY in the capable hands of N8WB. This is WADLM.
W8WKY.
W8EM. W8WKY is our call sign for the club. My call sign, November 8, Whiskey Bravo. Eric, you do such a great job. And I told you, John, K8UIB, moms are always right. I told you that, didn't I? And I just realized that I didn't give my answer. So I'd like to say A, Alpha, if you could put me down. I'm going to go A, Alpha. I don't know why. It's a hunch, but I'm going to throw that in there. So if you want to add that on, that would be great. Eric, you do such a great job every single time you do the trivia questions. So I just want to say thank you. We all want to say thank you. And as a club, and as one of our fellow VEs, you are all wonderful helping out doing the testing for people who want to get upgrades and want to jump in for the first time. So thank you for that, my friend. All right. That's it, as they say. Wish we could do music at the end. At the end of these things. I wish amateur radio was allowed to do music because I would have a theme song as I'm leaving. But I want to say thank you to everyone. We actually had, what did we have? We had 30 check-ins tonight. 30 check-ins. Nice. Very nice net. I want to thank everybody who participated in tonight's net. And very great rest of your week. Don't forget the barometer net tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. At 7 a.m. And Fred is being replaced by somebody because he wasn't available for today and tomorrow. But listen out for who the replacement is. Don't forget on Saturday mornings, breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth, 7 a.m. And I always say this, I love amateur radio. I love this club. I love what we do because we are a service and a hobby and all that stuff wrapped up in nice, really cool learning. And we get to build stuff. And I want to say thank you to absolutely everyone, including the upcoming Betty, who's going to be taking her test. At a very young age, I can see it now. Betty's going to be doing that. All right, everyone. This repeater is returned to normal amateur use. NAWB and W8WKY are both clear. 73, my friends. It's always an enjoyable evening, and we'll see you in a couple months. Actually, we'll see you on Saturday, I guess, because I'm scheduled to do the barometer net on Saturday morning. So check in there. 73, my friends. Everyone have a great day.
This is KD8SLG. Fine business, Stefan. I'd just like to remind everybody that the WatchNet is going on down on KD8QGQ146670. Charlie's looking for some check-ins. KD8SLG, I'm clear.
KD8SLG, thank you for the kind words. Appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, everyone go over there and do some check-ins. I have to actually run, but everyone go over there and do some check-ins. November 8, Whiskey Bravo, and I'm clear.
KE8ARB. I do remember what I was going to tell everybody. If you are looking to get on the air right now, 15 meters has some great openings. So get on the air, operate, and have some fun. KE8ARB clear.